going on, guys? Hope everyone had a great rest of their Saturday yesterday. We're back and we are molding. We are going to mold this appliance. That's what we're doing today. Real quick, if you haven't, go join the Discord. Small community right now, but if you like seeing behind the scenes stuff that I work on and some other really creative people and what they're doing, you should go join it. Links are all in the bios. And also, go check out my YouTube, okay? All the past streams are posted on YouTube, so you can see how we got where we are with our current project and all the other projects that I've been working on. And we're trying to get some love over there, so do it up. If you're not already, jump over there, and you can see how we got where we are today. Okay, so here's the dealio. For those of you who don't know, we sculpted, a friend of mine came out to visit for the summer. We life casted them, created an ultra cal or plaster version of their face. We, I have some touch-ups to have to do real quick, but we sculpted the Terrifier face, this guy right here, Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise. We even have a set of teeth that are pretty much done. They just have to get painted. I was really hoping to be able to pull this off this weekend, but we'll see if that's doable or not. We have a set of wax teeth that we're going to use for a photo shoot. Should be fun. But we sculpted this out of clay, and we are ready to make the mold, okay? Normally, I would not tackle such a project in my streaming office, but it's hot as hell out in the studio, and I am not going to be making a mold in no 95, 100-degree weather. So we're going to tackle it in here, try to keep things reasonably not super messy. I'll say this, that once I start mixing up the plaster, we have some work we have to do to this before we start putting on the plaster, but once that plaster starts being mixed, I just got to go. I'll do my best to keep up with comments and stuff like that, but there's certain parts that are very time sensitive. This project in total was designed to show kind of like more of the cheaper way of doing things. If you guys have followed and caught my other streams, you'll know that I'm always using like silicone and fiberglass and fairly expensive, hard to come by materials. This project was kind of to show more of the cheaper way you can do things. So I'll kind of be going over the materials as we progress through this, but it's going to be tricky. We have some stuff we have to do to this before we can throw the plaster on, but it should be pretty quick. So as mentioned before, anywhere where there is bare plaster, which is pretty much just along the seams here, in between the eye, like the filler of the eyes and the mouth and the nose, everything else is clay. Got clay here, and just very thin lines that meet up with the plaster. That defines the edges, right? So we have to make a couple other keys. Generally, you have a key here. This is just from what I've seen. There's no rule, but generally you have a key here and you have a key here, so that when the mold goes on, it fits and it registers at two really big points, because otherwise there's just a bunch of really fragile keying points. So we're gonna take care of that right now. If you guys like what I'm doing, please hit that like button. It helps me a ton get other people to watch. So let's get started. So first things first is we're gonna add that key up here at the forehead, right? Again, it doesn't have to be anything super fancy. Usually you can do a circle, a square, or just, you know, something like that, right? So we're just going to kind of sketch one in, and then we're going to just carve it right out. Let's see if I can get this mic a little bit closer. There it is. Okay, cool. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want a really nice registration point at the forehead, and generally at the neck. Depends on your life cast, too. We're just gonna kind of sketch it out here first. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks for sharing the live. I really appreciate it. I picked like the wrong tool to do that with. Man, it's gonna get so messy in here. I'm gonna have plaster dust all over. This is so much better. If you're doing mold making, you should try and do it in a studio where you don't care about when you don't care about the mess you're gonna make, right? But if you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know I do a ton of mold making, because it's a pretty integral part if you're someone who sculpts in a lot of oil-based clays like I do. You almost always have to make molds. So, and honestly, a ton of stuff that people use on a day-to-day basis comes from molds. So once you understand how to make molds, you can reproduce your favorite piece of art, three-dimensional art, and really understand how it's applied across the board. So even like soda bottles, can come from molds. Lots of parts of cars and cell phones and things like that are injection molded, same idea. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it, guys. All those hearts really do help out. So if you appreciate special effects, sculpting, and mold making, makeup effects, definitely hit that like button. Just smash it. Does it say Haisa followed the live creator? Thank you so much. And then we're just going to peel this. We're going to just peel this little square we just etched in. Just peel it right out. Bam. That means it'll be plaster on plaster. It's going to register, right? That's what we want. We want it to register. Hold on 1 second here, guys. Those guys, add one, add more. Superstar, where's the goal? Where's the goal? Trying to get a hang of this thing a little bit more. Your thumb's tired. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're up to 477, dude. That's awesome. Thank you. It's easy to get the your tired thumbed out. Or your tired thumbed out? Your thumb tired out. So we're just going to clean up some of this. If you guys can see, it's pretty jagged, right? So we're just going to clean that up. We have some mold releasing we have to do too, because not that UltraCal particularly wants to stick to itself too well. You don't want to chance it. So we'll have to mold release anywhere that UltraCal is going to touch UltraCal. So this is UltraCal in here. We want to mold release that so that when we put the plaster on, it doesn't bond to it. Oh, hola. What's going on? Well, Mitch. Been following this user for 3 months, 11 days and 19 hours. Nice. Jara, how's it going? Kevin, thank you so much for the follow. Hope everyone's Sunday is chillax. You guys are doing something fun. Something you enjoy. I shouldn't be the only one having all the fun. You've been missing me? I miss everyone all the time, okay? I'm just a ball of emotional sadness when all my viewers aren't here, okay? What have you been up to? Bow. What? That's sad. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight, okay? Yeah, you generally want to avoid putting the keys on the sides because you want to make sure wherever you put the keys that you don't create a lock, right? Mac, thank you for the follow. We are about to mold this this appliance I made of Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies. This guy, bam, made a life cast. Poor Art Skull. Yeah, exactly. Glitch. Yo, what's going on? There we go. So same deal this time is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a little square right here. It was zoomed in a bit and upside down, so I couldn't tell. Yeah, exactly. It was. That's true. So same idea. We're going to put a small square here. Probably not as big as the other one. This is a nice key. It's a nice registration. We got another one. Okay. Yeah, whoa. Dude. Swaggin? Rated me with 5 viewers. Yo, what's going on? Thank you for the raid. What are you up to? What were you streaming? Bow, 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 bow. Terrifier, yeah, exactly. That's very true. Hi all. What's going on? What were you streaming? Is it Swiggin? Swidgen? Hold on 1 second here. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, there we go. Believe it or not, drawing, it doesn't have to be a square. I know a lot of people that just do circle keys, so you can do that too. Pronunciations are correct. Squin, but need to lurk. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for the lurk. When I watch streamers, I mostly lurk, so I get it. I'm usually too busy doing like other shit to actually, sadly, be involved too much in like the chat, right? So. Hope I didn't go too low. I think it's there. Just 3D modeling. I sent people to your channel to see a real IRL. Gotcha. Okay. What were you, like Blender, ZBrush? Or were you 3D modeling? Well, that'll be okay. It's still a key. Went a little too low. We went into some other area here, but that's okay. Smoke break, and you popped up on my FYP. Awesome. That's awesome. What do you do for work, Mac? All right, well, that's a little bit weirder. Usually the live cast, and I had to fix this either way, the live cast usually goes further down, but it actually ended here, and I added all this other stuff kind of superficially, so there's a little bit of the original hard Chavant clay inside there, but, you know, it's good. Now I'm doing Instacart. Nice. Can smoke with stuff in the car. There you go. Okay, cool. It's a hustle. I know some people that did that work. I still do, actually. Alrighty, so we got our keys. Everything was cleaned up. Oh, I wanted to check out this forehead real quick. I think I might have to do some texture super fast. I fixed something up here, and I don't want to miss it, you know? There was a really big thin spot. And we just used this chip brush earlier just to do the basic texture. He doesn't really have any, like, taxes are a nightmare. Oh, they don't, when you get paid from Instacart, they don't take the taxes out. You have to deal with that shit yourself. That sucks. Or do you just get screwed in general? Okay, then we're going to take... no, not this one. Move it so you guys can see a little bit more. Yeah, like I said, guys, the more... I know your fingers get tired. The more you hit that like button, you see them hearts jumping around, the more you take viewers away from people pretending to be robots on their lives, okay? Do something for society. If you are one of those people pretending to be an AI avatar, I'm sorry. I like you. A little of both, but you can count mileage and gas. Nice, okay. Honestly, there's so many of those services now. I'm not gonna lie, I get a little confused as to like which one is which. Creature monsters is what's going on. You know what I'm talking about. I so badly want to understand this fad going around with that whole thing. I don't get it. Honestly, yeah, all the other fads, all the other weird little TikTok memes and stuff like that, I get it. I get it. They're entertaining. That one, I don't understand. You get to it, and you watching it, and the comments are generally just filled with people hating on them. Like everyone's just there to watch in an angry way, right? Thomas, thank you for the follow. Shop at stores for others and deliver. Gotcha. Okay. Yo, Turtle. I was just talking about you yesterday. What's going on? I was talking to Transformer. I hadn't heard from you in a while, and honestly, I hadn't reached out either, so it's on me. No, I'm talking about that fad on TikTok where people pretend to be like AI avatars. I don't get it. All the other ones I get. That one, don't get. The whole dancing, random memes, and movie-related memes and fads. Thanks for the road. Yeah, that one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm lost. I don't understand it. Again, you go on there, and it's just people hating on them. The comments are filled with people basically saying what I just said, which is, what the hell is going on here? It's beyond me. It is beyond me. All right, mold release time. Now, usually I have Vaseline, but I couldn't find my thing of Vaseline. Oddly enough, I could find this more obscure thing here. For those of you who haven't used this stuff's really amazing. It's becoming a little bit harder to come by. I heard rumor that Zip, which is a very popular company, is not going to make this anymore, but it's called ME301S pattern release, mold release. You guys have probably seen me use this before. The way you can think about this is essentially just an aerosoled Vaseline, okay? So you can like dust it on things as a mold release, or you can, what I'm about to do is I'm going to spray it into the cap and then kind of paint it on, right? If I didn't, I would do it. Yeah, thank you for the follow. So just so you guys know, it's usually used as a spray. I'm not using it as a spray, so just a heads up, okay? Also, if you guys haven't, go join the Discord. Trying to build out the Discord. Small community right now, but you can make it a better community. I would just seriously consider doing it just to see what it was about. Gotcha. Okay. I was going to make a few poses for my VTuber for it. See, that would be funny. That's what a VTuber is essentially, right? By the time I get around, it will probably be over. Yeah. I'm about to cover my dog's face in flour to be a part of one of the TikTok fads where you pretend to be, is it Saruman or Sauron, putting a white hand on like a black dog's face with flour. I'm going to do that with my pug. Funny part is my hand is huge and my black pug's face is this tiny. She's adorable, but her face is so small that my whole hand will literally cover like her whole head. It's gonna be she's not gonna like me after this. Yo, what's going on? Can't find? Is that what that says? How's it been? Okay. Who do you serve? Yeah, exactly. All right. So, little trick. Actually, there's some left over in here from when I normally do this. If you guys have ever been like, oh, I just wish I could use spray paint in a paintbrush. This is going to sound like so stupid, but I do this often, right? Cool to pop in, but it's time to get back to it. Nice to find you. Yeah, Mac, I hope you swing back in, you know? Has been amazing. Got my tools from my home. Yeah, hell yeah. Turtle, what have you been up to, too? What's been going on? All right, so we're just going to spray this at close proximity into this cup, and then we should be able to paint with it, okay? Again, it's basically aerosol Vaseline, all right? That's what it is. Is it Spook Slim? Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Here we go. Whew. So if you guys can see, it just builds up. And the fact that it's all white right now is just because of how cold it is, okay? As soon as it starts to warm up, it's going to basically turn clear, just like Vaseline. A little bit thinner, though, you know? Yeah. Just mainly been in a funk. I'm sorry to hear that, Turtle. Trying to get out of it, get back to doing stuff. Taking longer than I thought, but that's why I've been MIA. Hey, no worries, dude. Funks are... Hey, I've been in a funk, too. That's why... Well, I have other reasons, but essentially I'm only streaming on the weekends right now, at least until probably the end of August is mainly going to be during the week, or during the weekends only. Turtle, you ever want to chat? You know where to find me, dude. Hit me up, be like, yo, Cursed, I want to chat, and I'll be like, okay, anytime. Seriously, day or night. Funks aren't good, and well, they can be good, I suppose. But like I said, you want to chat, man. You can always hit me up, and we can hang out and on Discord and just talk shit. Nothing to worry about, but yeah. Lethargic and uncreative. Yeah, that. I've heard people. I know some people actually right now. Some artists that are kind of going through something similar. Turtle. I can't say there are huge chunks of my life, years where I felt retrospectively that I wasn't creative at all, that I didn't achieve anything creative, but I never felt uncreative. I don't know if that makes any sense. Lately, over the past couple of years, I actually feel the other way, which is I have like 8,000 ideas, and they're so intimidating because there's so many of them that it's almost just as paralyzing, right? Yo, JT, I can't say with this. JTJR, thank you for the follow. Same goes for Hannah. Thank you. I'm not really depressed or anything, just seemingly completely burnt out. Yeah, I'm waiting for that to hit me. Or maybe I'm already burnt out. Who knows? I have this, like, freight train ideal, or, like, motivational... I don't know, this freight train motivation that just keeps pushing me forward, even when I should probably stop. So maybe you're just more aware of what your body's telling you. My body is like, hey, dude, you're gonna hit something. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going and going and going. You know, it can't. Either one probably can't be all that healthy at the end of the day. All right, so we're gonna quickly take some of this stuff. It's not quite clear, but it's pretty close, and we're going to just put a very light layer on all the areas that are ultra cal. I think that's what I'm going through. The creative ideas never stop, but it's too much. Oh yeah. If you have too much going on, it's paralyzing. And you're like, I don't know where to spend my time. I don't know where to put my attention. I don't know where to, like that part, very real. So I get that 100%. I got my chest burster on Etsy, and I will say I'm very happy. I sold 2 of them. We got 1 more to go, but I was supposed to launch the Krampus literally the next week, and I realized how much work it was going to be to do all the videos. And it has been 3 weeks now, I think. And I haven't launched the Krampus because I'm still working on editing all the videos. And that's really, I'm not going to lie, that's really fucking depressing. It's really freaking depressing. Yeah, I can say it won't be for a while, but when I put up my own website, I really will look forward to that because, dude, my first sale, the chest burster's pretty pricey. It's $1,200, and Etsy apparently did not like the fact that having had no sales and then I sold something for $1,200, apparently I was suspect. So they held onto my money a lot longer apparently than they would have. Yeah, and then I did a competition on TikTok, and someone won. So I have to make a custom chest burster for them. But after talking to them, I'm actually super excited. It's gonna be like this kind of black, gray, pink one. And so that's gonna be fun. And then maybe next week or this coming week or the following week, I'll be doing this appliance on stream, which will be fun. But apparently completely negating all my Krampus stuff. Creature monsters, you said really? Really what? I don't know what we're reallying. Oh, about Etsy? Yeah, apparently. So I had my Etsy I set it up in I've had it for a while, but I haven't really posted anything to it. I had Steve, the Goblin. Yeah, they didn't hold it for too long because I was able to ship the item literally I think it was like a day after it was ordered. And so I basically, from my understanding, they would if it had taken longer, they would have held the money until the dude got the package, I guess. I don't know. But I got a warning. It was like an alert account of suspicious activity. I'm like, wait, is the suspicious thing that I sold something? Are you still making some sales over on the Etsy? Okay, so that's mold released really well. So we got these areas. Those are the main contact areas. But now we got to go through and do the seams. Creature, sure. Do you sell on Etsy? I don't know. I tried to run a shop forever ago, and we got flagged for uploading, too many new products at once, and they shut us. What the shit? Really? That's weird. Yeah, that's very strange. Like, why? Yeah, I need to really start spending some time figuring out what I'm going to do website-wise, because I do want to have my own website. I just don't want to spend the time investigating it. So I have to spend some time doing that. Again, this is just so that we don't have the Ultra Cal guys mixing and combining the other Ultra Cal, which is the plaster underneath the clay. And we only have it exposed along the edges and the seams. Currently setting up my own website. Nice. Brian, thank you for the follow. Contact someone else to make it for you. Yeah, I know. I've heard this. That's actually how I met Turtle, was through Fiverr. It's just a risk, and I don't know what I'm looking for. That's part of it. It's different when you go to Fiverr and you kind of have an image of what you want. I don't know what I want. There's a lot of different directions I could go with it. And and then it's like, what? Do I go to that Fiverr person every time I want to like upgrade it? Or, is that Fiverr person going to help me run SEO? And if I was so inclined, like pay-per-click or, I feel like having a general website to link to is good if you're a content creator, of really any sort. But for any kind of organic searching, you have to make a bit of an investment into some marketing and advertising funds. Making a website is one thing. Maintaining it and utilizing and getting people to show up to it feels like it's a whole other beast, right? It's actually been slowed down for me quite a bit. Usually August, December tends to drop. That makes sense. Going to be making all sorts of Halloween and Christmas stuff. Dude, that's super dope. Yeah. Yeah, SEO. So here's the thing. The reason I know so much about it is from my quote unquote day-to-day job, right? I manage our contract. We work with some pretty fancy companies that help us do SEO marketing. And SEO is one of these things where, like, it's really hard. I don't want to say hard to understand, but it kind of is. It's kind of silly, frankly. It's kind of crazy what plays into SEO. What is it? Search engine optimization. It's you can find just as many people online telling you that whether you're a large company or a small company that you don't need SEO, and just as many people telling you that you do need SEO. Being that I am not someone who does any of that shit, I am not going to take a firm stance on it. I will say this, that one of the companies that we work with, that I own, I'm co-owner, we spend a fair amount of money monthly on SEO, I almost was redundant, on SEO. And by every metric, it seems like it kind of matters, but also feels like you could probably argue that it doesn't if you were looking at the numbers, Well, so we pay a fairly decent wage to have them run SEO reports every month. And SEO is something that is a living thing. You don't just hire someone to do SEO once and then have them go away. I mean, you could absolutely do that. And it probably will have some small effect. But SEO is like this long-term thing. And if you find a company that does SEO, generally they're going to have a management system in place where they run reports for you every month that show you what keywords that they're focusing on. The more money you pay is the number of keywords that they're focusing on. And then beyond that, they will do reports. They will run reports and do research about, hey, like we took 100 terms we think apply to your company. We did this research and shows that these are the terms that you want to start putting money into and really reinforcing. And it's really intimidating. It's kind of like having a mechanic try to explain to you what's wrong with your car when it's not something simple like a flat tire. You're like, oh, you're one of the people that actually understands this and you're trying to explain it to me. But the breakdown in communication is, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It'd be like, I think it's often like me trying to explain what the fuck I'm doing on stream to people that have never done it. And to me, it's just second nature, right? Turtle, I'd imagine to be the same thing for you, being like, oh, just I use, Procreate this way. Why don't, and this is what I do. And, when I've watched you use, I think After Effects, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I have such limited knowledge about After Effects, and I'm watching you use it. I'm like, this looks tedious and intimidating. Have you ever thought about making your own board game? Just seems like someone who would like to make one. No. There's too many rules. Like I remember in some grade school, I want to say I think a project was to make a board game. I vaguely remember the project. I would be down to like work with someone who wants to make a board game, and help them create like the aesthetics of the board game. But that's about it. I don't want to come up with the rules and the actual gameplay, I'm not interested in that. Everyone has their own talent. Exactly. A cool monster chess set. Yeah, there's actually some really sweet chess sets out there. I saw an Aliens and Predator chess set once I thought was really neat. Used to make my games all back in the day with a ruler and poster board. Nice. Make them little characters like construction paper. That's a cool idea. I only recently, you know, in the past couple of years, met enough people that were so interested in like D&D and Magic and all that for them to finally explain to me. And I've only played D&D once, but to finally even explain to me what the hell is going on in D&D and Magic. And I can see the fascination with the kind of making your own shit. A buddy of mine who was really into D&D, he would make his own maps that people would play on, and he would use, interestingly enough, I thought this was really fucking clever. He would use wrapping paper. I guess certain brands of wrapping paper on the back already have their grid work laid out so that you can, like, those really OCD gift wrappers that don't want to use 1 square centimeter more of wrapping paper than they have to wrap their gifts. And he would literally roll out wrapping paper on the back side and use that to make stuff. Yo, River Willow, what's going on? Thought about sculpting. Cool. Oh, yeah. Justin, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. If you guys aren't members of the Discord, go join the Discord. You got to make it. I think I'm going to say you got to make it like Discord ranking level 10. I'll say 10, okay, for now. And then you guys are going to be eligible to make it to the trusted mark. And then you can join me in live chat during stream. Sorry you weren't here at the beginning of my streaming, because otherwise you'd be like Turtle and River Willow, who already have all those rights. And Jax 911, what's going on? So many great games now. Are we talking board games right now? Like tabletop games? I actually need to get back into this. My wife and I were trying to really set a schedule. We did it good. I think for like a month or two, like every Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, we would play chess or Scrabble. And we'd switch off. So, or maybe we'd play like one Scrabble game and then, ow, fuck. Sorry, I just pinched myself. I was the chess fan. She's the Scrabble fan. And she would just kick my ass at Scrabble. Dude, I almost streamed our Scrabble thing. She's so fucking good at Scrabble. I literally told her, I was like, I'm going to go stream on TikTok and everyone gets to help me because I need a handicap. I am terrible at Scrabble. I don't know what it is about Scrabble, but I don't know that I've won once against her. Maybe I won once? I feel like, okay, maybe I have won once, but that's it. I was like, dude, I just want to take my phone and stream and let you guys see what like letters I have, and you motherfuckers help me do it, okay? Have a nice day, dude. Yeah, you too, Jax. Hey and bye at the same time. Because I need a handicap. I am terrible. I am terrible at that game. Oddly enough, chess is my thing. I really enjoy it. I don't know how well I would do against someone who's actually like, I don't even want to say professional, but just someone who's maybe good. I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually good or if I'm playing against people that are either just like inexperienced in general or uninterested. But I feel like almost every chess game, other than my pops way back in the day when I was a kid, I don't think I've lost a chess game in a long time. I guess this is a challenge to you guys, okay? We're ever hanging out together, because I only play real chess, all right? I don't play none of that digital chess shit. There was an episode of Dexter's Lab where they all played a board game that I loved the idea, so I recreated it. Turns out it was a parody of... Really? We're playing, so I accidentally reverse engineered D&D for cartoon. I didn't know. That's awesome. Imagine being trusted. I won't trust me. I know. I don't know why I trust you, River Willow. I'm really good at Candyland. Dude, I don't know. I haven't played Candyland since I was a kid. What is your ELO? Want to play online? Wait, ELO? Are you just out chessing me? Like, I don't know what an ELO is. I just happened into chess. I'm not claiming that I'm actually good. I just have had maybe really good luck. That's it. I'm fairly confident anyone who has spent a significant amount of time playing chess is going to just whoop my ass. growing up, I remember being really into Uno and Trouble. I think it was one of the little pop, the thing that you pop the bubble thing is basically your rank. Yeah, I have no idea what my rank would be in chess. I've never played against anyone who even knew that either. I can say this much. I literally do not remember a time I have lost chess, except for when I played against my father when I was a kid, when I learned how to play chess. He was just whooping my ass all the time. Thousands amateur. That's probably me. I'm probably an amateur. And I'm probably just very lucky. That's it. Like, my wife is, just stomps my butt at Scrabble, right? And I'm pretty sure that if she practiced chess, and she did for a little bit, I don't know if she's, because we kind of stopped doing the gaming thing, but we need to get back to it. Pretty sure if she kept practicing, she would just whoop my ass at chess too, maybe. She's pretty powerful. She hides her power level pretty well. She's like, hey, yeah, play a game with me. It'll be fun. And then she's just like, I'm getting like fucking 10 points at Scrabble, and she's like walking away with 10,000 points, I destroy your life. I want to play hit you up. You know what? Are you in the Discord? I forget. Have you ever made your own chess set? I have not. That's what I was saying earlier. I thought it'd be fun to make an Alien versus Predator chess set, but no, I probably won't. A lot of work. A lot of freaking work. The way I do things, I'm not going to be 3D printing any of that shit. I'm going to have to make molds of all the pieces, and you guys have seen me how long it takes me to do even big things. Now imagine I have to sculpt like little creatures for pawns and queens and rooks and all that garbage. Like, it's going to take for fucking ever. All right, there we go, guys. We're ready to rock and roll with this mold making now, okay? Are you a chess player, Turtle? Or River Willow? Are either of you guys do the chess thing? All right. Because I know 8,000 people are going to be jumping in randomly as I'm working on this, because I'm going to be, this is my favorite term I've learned in the industry years and years and years ago, called chemically committed. Once I'm chemically committed, it's going to be difficult for me to potentially answer chat. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. But basically, here's the dealio. This stuff right here, we're just going to go over the materials we're going to use, guys, so you all know what's going on. For those of you who are going to hang around and watch the whole thing. This is Ultra Cal, okay? Most people would just consider it plaster, but it has a name. It's Ultra Cal 30. I believe there's an Ultra Cal 60. I think it's a little bit more green. Just think of it as plaster, okay? We have a significant amount. Should be more than enough to do this face. And it's what we're going to mold this whole thing out of. It's also what the life cast is made out of. Okay, so this is Ultra Cal. It's a powder. It's a plaster. You probably know what's going on. Arnold and Paul, thank you for the follow. This is burlap that is being pre-soaked inside water. Okay, burlap is exactly what you probably think it is. Burlap sacks, things like that. You can buy burlap at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, clothing stores and stuff for a variety of things. But if you, basically use it to with Ultra Cal or plaster, you can basically make your own plaster bandage. Ultra Cal is very strong. And adding burlap to it just makes it stronger, but you want to pre-soak it. You do not have to pre-soak it as long as I did. You can just literally pre-wet it right before use. But as I was prepping for stream, I was like, I'm just going to let this shit sit in some water and we're good to go. So burlap, Ultra Cal, and water. Those are going to be the main things we're using, okay? We're going to be doing a splash coat, okay? Then probably a little bit of a thicker coat, and then I'm trying to think. So splash coat, then we'll probably be doing we'll be doing the burlap, which is like, think again, like plaster bandage, right? Then we'll be doing another finishing coat on top of that. It's going to get messy. I'm going to be switching out gloves a lot. I'm going to be moving quick. So if you have questions, be sure to ask and I'll do my best. Join the Discord. Yeah. The forest chest, actually, dude, a forest chest would be awesome. I don't know if there's enough like characters, creatures, or things. Although I guess when it comes to chest, you can like chest. Why am I saying that? Got boobies on the mind. Anyways, when it comes to chess, you can make anything. So like forest, you could make like a fire pit being the rook or something, right? That'd be interesting. I felt like sort of conquer checkers and was looking for a bigger challenger, but then I can be Yu-Gi-Oh! There you go. So why burlap instead of other cast stuff? So you don't have to use burlap. Well, actually, I guess you kind of do. If you want to use Ultra Cal, they don't make like Ultra Cal plaster bandage, at least not to my knowledge. They might. I've never heard it or seen it. Burlap is really strong. Imagine it just is like reinforcing. That's rebar inside cement, right? So that's why burlap. We love it wet and messy, don't we all? Yeah. That's how we're going to do it. So the first thing we have to do is do like a kind of a brush up coat, like a splash coat, to pick up the detail and the like just to pick up the detail. And then once that starts to kind of cure, we're going to put more shit on top of it. Why not gauze? You might be able to use gauze. Ultra Cal is just like Ultra Cal and burlap is kind of industry standard. You can use different types of burlap, different like tighter weaves and things, but generally speaking, burlap is almost always what they tell you to use. It's probably because once it fully absorbs the Ultra Cal, it's very, very strong. Burlap is just inherently, especially when backed up with something like Ultra Cal 30 or Ultra Cal 60, is very, very strong. That I will surely never use. Hey, you never know. You never know. I'm still confused, but I appreciate you nonetheless. You'll see. You'll see, okay? Just think paper mache. You use paper with like the plaster. Is it plaster like glue? I don't know. I haven't done paper mache in a really long time, but you saturate the paper mache and then you put it on, you know, to build your volcano and add some baking soda and you got a really cool volcano. Anyways, okay? It's like that. But it's burlap and Ultra Cal versus the paper and the mache. I don't know. It's the goo that you put the shit in. Why not fiberglass? So fiberglass is designed for resin. You might be able to use fiberglass, but it doesn't absorb. Burlap absorbs, and Ultra Cal is water based. So you want it to absorb and kind of bond with the Ultra Cal. When it comes to fiberglass, you usually want to use resin, right? And resin is epoxy based, polyester based, you know, things like that. You spit. No. Instructions unclear. Turned myself into a burlap chess piece that's shaped like an Ultra Cal. It's Ultra Cal, not Ultra Cow, okay? There's like I said, there's like a green version of Ultra Cal that's like for dental use. It's really like high end. So like again, you guys, we sculpted these teeth. The life cast, the actual thing that the teeth are sculpted on, this piece here, this is Ultra Cal as well. It's a plaster. You can cast with it. It's pretty strong. It's not Ultra Cal. Most people call him Superman. No. Nope. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that just happened, guys. Okay. All right, turtle. Okay, so another thing I'm going to say right now. Normally, if you have enough room and enough space, you just use your hands to mix this stuff. But because, that's what I want to do real quick. Because we're trying to reduce the mess and stuff, we're not going to use our hands. We're going to use a paintbrush. And it's going to get foggy in here for a second, real quick. I can't ban on mobile. Who are... Badumps. Bunny guy, you are on time. What's going on? I just don't want it to stick to the board too much, so we're just hitting it real quick with some of this ME301. Probably should turn this fan on. I don't like using aerosols inside this office. It's too small, and I don't know. There's some chemicals I like the smell of. ME301 is not one of them. Okay, cool. Now, some people might tell you to seal your sculpt with crystal clear, PVA, things like that. You can. In my case, I'm a fucking rebel, so I'm not going to. But you can do that. You can seal it if you want. I'm not going to. Using nebulizer again? Yes, exactly. Hey, Turtle, no. Your puns are appreciated all the time. You're a very punny guy, and I like it, okay? All right, we'll bring him back in a second. there it is. Ow. Another reason. When you're doing something messy like this, you want more room to move around, but I have decided to not give myself room. I don't really think it's going to take that much Ultra Cal to do this, but it may. I don't know. And also, if you guys have been here for other mold making things, you'll know that I at one time literally sprayed most of my streaming gear down with a giant sludge of silicone. When mixing Ultra Cal, so there's another plaster. It's really well known in the industry called Hydrocal. This is Ultra Cal, right? Hydrocal is a lot more brittle, cures faster, and it's a lot more absorbent. Okay. And with that one, you actually want to add your plaster to water. With Ultra Cal, you can add your water to the plaster. So just a heads up. No, not Hydrocal. No cows. There are no cows. Water cow and super cow. The amount of prep I had to do for this stream to make sure I had all the shit around, and I probably still have forgotten something. Again, this is just water, right? And Ultra Cal, right? And it's really easy to add too much water. It becomes a very, very, very soupy. So we got pretty close there. We're just gonna add a little bit more. Your forest Scrabble pack? Do they make... Is Scrabble in other languages? You know what I mean? Like, is there a Chinese Scrabble? Does the board have to be bigger? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's going on there? And there goes the first big splash. And we're just really working the stuff out. If you can't mix with your hands, definitely use a paintbrush. This stuff needs to get mixed well. How long does it take this stuff to cure? Full cure, you should probably wait like 6. I don't know. It really depends. It depends on how hot of the water you're using, how thick you make it, and how like how thick it's mixed versus how thin it's mixed, versus like the ambient temperature of the room. I would say generally you could probably pop the mold once completely done in like 3 to 4 hours. But if you can wait, a safe bet, just wait overnight and you're good. Remember, it's like plaster, okay? But it's very fine, and we made it too thin, just by a smidge. Wait, if it's OFCXD, I don't know what that is. I don't know what OFCXD is. Why plaster, not cows? Because there is no Ultra Cow. It's all Ultra Cal and Hydrocal. You know what? Despite all the other stuff I've looked into, I've never actually looked into why it's Cal. I don't know what the Cal stands for. Calcium, maybe? A lot of plasters and cements, like this stuff, I don't know if it was Ultra Cal specifically, but the idea behind it was actually discovered in like ancient Rome. That much I know is because the interesting thing about this stuff is like if I were to mix this up, right? Like I have, and I were to pour it into this bucket of water and then walk away, what's going to happen is the plaster is going to settle to the bottom and it's going to cure. Even in this giant bucket of water, it'll fully cure. And the whole idea behind it was that you could pour underwater support systems for aqueducts and different types of structures. A lot of cements and things along those lines actually work the same way, that even in submerged in water, once it settles, it will fully cure to its full point. It will heat up. There is a chemical reaction, even though it's just water and plaster, essentially. There is a chemical reaction that allows it to heat up, but it doesn't get so hot. It's not like some of the resins that we use that can literally get so hot if it's thick enough that it'll start a fire. Not quite the same thing. And there we go. I just made a mess. So let's get this out of here. And we're going to get this out of here. Sorry, that's going to be really loud, guys. We're just helping let some of the air bubbles out. We're going to be introducing air bubbles, so it's really not bad, but self-healing Roman concrete had larger limestone pieces, and so when it got wet, I feel like there's another comment coming. How absurd 5-minute hacks are with their obscene amount of stuff they make using concrete for no reason. Wait, what are we talking about? What stuff do they make with concrete for no reason? I'm not gonna lie, Quikrete, that brand Quikrete, is some fun stuff. Make some pretty cool shit with it. It's heavy as fuck. I don't think people ever talk about heavy Quikrete and concrete and that shit. Even this stuff, it's heavy. That's why I don't like making molds from it. If I'm moving shit around, I don't want to have to move molds that are really heavy. Okay? Fiberglass is lightweight, and in my and by actually not even just my opinion, generally speaking, they are stronger, right? You watch them make a wall clock out of what? Out of Quikrete? All right, so we're gonna get started. All right, things to point out. I gotta move quick, but things to point out. We don't want air bubbles. So in here, risk of air bubbles. Around all edges and stuff like that, risk of air bubbles, okay? We're gonna do our best to not get air bubbles. And we might have a bit of what's called fisheyeing, where the surface tension of the water against the clay wants to like separate, right? If you guys were here yesterday, I actually kind of gave an example of this when I poured water on this clay. The water just rolled off. It's like the whole idea of just oil and water, right? And if you made your UltraCal too thin, it'll do the same thing. It'll do what's called fisheyeing. But UltraCal to date is still used all the time inside effects studios. Even though fiberglass is generally speaking a superior material, UltraCal is fast and very inexpensive. An entire 55 or 50 pound bag of UltraCal is probably going to cost you, if you can pick it up somewhere versus having it shipped, it's probably going to cost you maybe like $40, something like that. But it's very strong. It can last a very long time. Especially if you take good care of your molds. Everyone has different application methods for this stuff. Some people dab. I'm more of a dabber and like a tapper than I am like a brusher, but you'll notice that little air bubbles collect. So you do want to make sure that you're reducing those. But there's a little trick we can do after we get the general like first coat on to kind of eliminate those air bubbles. And we probably mixed up way more than we need. But that means that as soon as it starts to thicken up, we can start adding it into areas that we want to be thicker. And you'll notice it'll want to do the fisheye thing a lot more anywhere that I applied the ME301 to, because it's more pure, just like Vaseline basically, and it'll fisheye, and you have to break the surface tension with like repeated brushing motions, right? So slip, no, it's like a brush layer of Ultracal 30, but it does kind of resemble slip. If you guys have ever done like ceramic sculpting, slip is basically liquefied water-based clay, and it is very similar in texture and consistency. In the 90s when ceramics was huge. Dude, ceramics is still huge. Tons of people still do ceramics. I feel like a truer statement would be like, remember back in like the 1800s when ceramics was huge? Like, ceramics has been around for a long fucking time. Yep, making a mess. That's what we do. A lot of what you do with Ultracal is a lot of like, you put it on and you have to keep like brushing it up so that it doesn't get like, keep like going way too down the sides of the mold. So we did this. Here's what I'm going to do real quick. Sorry, it's loud, guys. Hello, I'm from Brazil? Is that Brazil? It is Ultracal, yes. There's a square hole in the neck and in the head. This whole tapping thing, so just a heads up, if you're tapping a mold, you build a square mold and you were to pour Ultracal in, this is a method to help get rid of air bubbles. You'll actually see if you pay attention that they kind of come up, right? Sorry it's shaking, sorry it's loud. Smartwatch doesn't recognize it. Because of my tattoo. In a lot of ways, it just shook everything down. Okay, you can see it collected it along the edges, right? But I can tell you, just it may not look like it, but this stuff is already starting to thicken up a little bit. And we want to just keep adding it so it starts to thicken up all around, right? It's one thing to have air bubbles inside your outer layers, but you really want to make sure that your first layer, your splash coat, Some people call it a splash coat, some people call it a gel coat, but you definitely want to make sure those areas don't have air bubbles, right? And you don't want to have your plaster bandage break through your gel coat. You don't want to have the plaster bandage showing through on the inside of the mold. You'll lose detail if you do that, right? So areas worried most about needing support. Well, you want everything to have as much support as you can get. But I would say when it comes to, we're not there yet, but when we start applying the plaster bandage, probably the areas that you're going to want the most support are going to be any areas that you're going to pry, like with tools, or you're going to need to take leverage from. Those areas should be really reinforced with that burlap, right? Do I keep thinking about that question we got asked the other day? I forget who asked it, but the whole like, how do you not make a mess while sculpting? I think the better question is, how do you not make a mess while making mold? You have a spare second. Could you look at DC and tell me, is there something that you would say is a big throw off? Is there anything do that's really bad that you can spot right away? Yeah, I'll take a look. It was you with the mess question. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a look. It's going to take a second before we get there, but yes, I will. Right now, I'm just trying to wipe up any of this excess stuff so it doesn't start spilling over on the table, even though the table is already messy. I don't want too much. Did I go to St. Winston School? No, I did not. This face looks inappropriate. It's Art the Clown from the Terrifier series or franchise. No, I did not. Technically speaking, I did go to Tom Savini Special Effects Makeup School, but I actually learned a lot of this when I was like 12 or 10. I learned a lot of it when I was a lot younger. And then going to school just, as I've said before many times, I feel like going to school for me just gave me the confidence to...
We're on express elevator to hell, going down.
I do have a yearly account at the Stan Winston School of Character Arts that I yearly pay for, you know. They have some good videos. They have some crap videos too that leave out a lot of information. It really depends on which videos, you know. Do you have a dad that's cool? What's that like? Oh, yeah, I do have a dad that's really cool. Yeah, I do. It's pretty awesome. Everyone should endeavor to have a dad that's cool. Like I said, guys, we're a bit chemically committed right now, so if I'm missing like thank yous and stuff for following, I'm sorry. It's just once this stuff does start to thicken, I don't have a ton of time to like mess with it. You misclicked. It's okay. Misclicking is okay. Yeah, you guys can ask whatever questions you want. It just might take me a second to get back to you, okay? I'm making a triumphant return to Twitch. You'll be the first to know. Wait, what? You are or you're not? I'm so confused. Decided not to do kick, huh? Probably later this week. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, do let me know. When's the last time you streamed on... I mean, you've streamed more recently, obviously, on Kick, but when's the last time you streamed on Twitch? We should, after this gel coat is kind of on, we should be able to take a few minutes to chill out before, because we need to cure a little bit. We obviously don't want it to cure all the way before we put the next layer on, but we should be able to let it cure a little bit before we move to the next layer. Give us a chance to clean up, chill out, take a breather. You like watching this? Cool. I like doing it, so... We're in a perfect relationship. December? Really? Yeah, I didn't think it'd been that long. But I'm not gonna lie, this year has kind of flown by for me. I've lost track. I have lost so much track. The high points are always the hardest to get because the plaster just wants to keep slipping down from the highest points, right? And if you add, just enough, it'll push it all down. If you add the littlest amount, it can kind of stay where it is, but the weight changes, right? All right, we're starting to get some action here. It's starting to cure up. It's starting to gel, as it were. The hell was that? Okay. Yeah, if you also if you were in a rush, you could use hot water to do this as well. And it will cure it a little bit fast. It's like alginate. If you guys have watched when we've done live casts with alginate, it's very similar. Just on the Discord. Nice. How many layers? We're not really doing layers right now. We're just trying to get all this stuff to kind of stay on there. Ooh, and we're starting to get it to cure, guys. Look at that. It's curing. It's doing the cure thing. And the reason you can tell is you can start brushing it and smoothing. A little bit. Some areas are going to probably be more cured than others. It's like gelling. It's kind of crazy. All right, so now what we're going to do in a second here is we're going to mix up a what's called a mud batch. So think about something maybe a little thinner than like peanut butter, and we're going to put that on. Then we're going to do, we're going to try and go right from that into the, into the burlap. You can see like it's mudding up pretty nice. I have to focus back down on this animation, Bobby Lurky Turkey. All right, Lurky Turkey for the win, bro. Thank you. Now let's do a real quick cleanup because it's just about to get even messier in a second. This should be good for now. So there we go. We used almost all of it. So it was almost a perfect mix. All right. I'm going to just push this off to the side real quick. Just do a quick wipe down. Again, just doing our part to make less of a mess. I'm chilling. Yeah, thank you for, oh, by the way, thank you for joining the Discord, guys. Go join the Discord. Get to like level, I don't know. I'm saying 10 for now, but 10 might be asking a lot. Get to level 10, and then I'll mark you as a trusted person, and you can join me in live chat during stream. Mold making, so very messy. As soon as you make molds, like it literally will just there'll just be a fine powder over everything. Keep your workspace clean. Okay, there we go. Bam. Okay, so we're gonna mix up some like I said, like a thick coat real quick. We're gonna push this off to the side. Put some new gloves on. Oh, I was like, where's my other thing? There it is. So this one, the goal is to make it, that one was thinner, it was a splash coat. We're gonna make like a nice thick buttery coat. Okay. Yeah, that might be enough. I don't know why, just a little bit more. That'll probably be enough. So this one, I am going to try and mix with my hand just so that I can get the right consistency. I swear I was making molds, officer. Yeah, exactly. Now remember, like, you can make latex molds this same way too. This is for an appliance we're probably going to use gelatin for, right? But you can make molds for latex, masks. You can do silicone in ultracal molds. So it's a pretty versatile mold material. It's just really fucking heavy, and if you have a big old mold, you're gonna be, you know, moving that thing around forever. So I'm just feeling like for clumps, right? This is a little bit, it's a little bit thicker than I want, or thinner I wanted to go. I added just a wee bit too much water here. So we're going to take some more plaster, or more ultracal, if you will. We're just going to add some to it. So it's very close though. but it still falls. Ash DB, thank you for the follow. We're almost there. A little bit more? Just a wee bit more. I don't know, it's still a little too thin, maybe. You can also just wait for it to cure. I'm adding more to it because I don't really want to wait. But as it starts to gel, you can just start adding, you can just start using it, right? Maybe just a hair bit more? Yeah, just a little bit more. Apparently added way too much water. It's hard when you're mixing it up to like, because once it's already got like a consistency, it's a little bit easier to use. All right, we're gonna wipe off my hands real quick, change gloves, do the messy part. Okay, you can see it's a lot thicker than our first coat was. Now, if you watch enough videos of people doing this, they're all going to have their own little tricks and tips and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that my methods are the only way to do it. It's just the way that I've been doing it for a long time. It seems to work. First thing I'm going to do is simplify some of these shapes. We want it to be more generalized. We're going to fill up underneath the nose, and we're going to try and add an even layer of this stuff across the board here. We're going to do our best to anyways. Chip brush, there it is. If you don't have a stock of chip brushes, get them. They're pretty cheap. You can order them online fairly inexpensively. But see, like, because the layer that we put on first is starting to cure, as I add this layer, it's not messing with that layer too much. It's going to bond to it, but it's not going to move it around too much. And that's really important. If you do this layer too quick, and the other layer is not cured enough, you'll just end up, you're just going to end up moving what you already put down. And I can tell you that's really freaking annoying. So now I want to remind you too, I normally do fiberglass molds, silicone molds. I've done a million ultracal molds, but not a lot recently. So someone who's doing this a lot more regularly can probably really control the thickness of their mold a lot more. They know the tolerances that they can get away with. It's been years since I've messed around with ultracal molds, so I don't claim that this thickness is going to be perfect. It's probably going to be overkill, I'd imagine. It's kind of my go-to thing. I like making molds that are really, really strong, but when it comes to ultracal, that generally means they're really, really freaking heavy. See, even for a plaster, it's kind of got this weird, like, God, what is that called? Like, is it Newtonian fluid? That's kind of like, I feel like what it is a little bit. It is Newtonian fluid, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? The stuff that you like, if you make an impact on it, it doesn't move, but if you slowly go into it, it moves, that type of thing. It's very similar, if you guys have seen me do the fiberglass molds, to adding the what I call the cabo coat, the cabosyl coat of resin. You add cabosyl to your resin, and you can thicken it up like this, and you can simplify the shape of the mold a lot easier. I think we're actually already starting to see this cure a little bit. So we need to move a little bit faster. There's one area you want to make sure you get right on a life cast like this, or a sculpt like this, is obviously the area that you sculpted that's going to be used for the effect. So that's the face in this case. If you don't, if something cures and you move too slow, like I may have, I don't know, we'll see in a second. It's better to have the last part of the mold that you're fucking with be the outer part of the mold that's only going to be used more for function over the effect itself, right? So focus on absolutely getting the areas that are important to the effect taken care of very quickly. Yeah, I probably made this a little, just a wee bit thicker than it needs to be. Like I said, guys, I'll try and get back to your comments as soon as we have some downtime here. High points, like I said, are always going to be your tricky parts, guys. Watch out for the noses and the chins of your sculptures. This nose is probably, the tip of the nose is probably the thinnest part of the face part, if not the chin, right? This is gonna be so awesome. Yeah, it's gonna. I think it'll be pretty fun. I think we'll nail it, guys. Yeah, this part's definitely gonna be what I'm battling with. I can tell I went a little too thin down here at the throat, but shouldn't matter too much. so the only thing I'm going to do real quick is just kind of simplify this shape a little bit, smooth some stuff out. And then by the time this starts to, we don't want to put, generally speaking, if you know what you're doing and you can sense stuff, it's not the biggest situation, but you generally don't want to put your burlap on if the stuff that you're pushing it onto, again, is not cured enough, because you can end up pushing the burlap into the sculpture. So as a general rule of thumb, you want to either apply it very lightly or wait for it to cure enough that when you apply your burlap, you're not going to be hurting the sculpture underneath, right? Thank you guys. Sorry, like I said, this was going to be a bit tricky. I'm not going to be able to get to all the comments right away. I'll try and go back through them in a second here before we start the burlap thing. Probably should have used the restroom too before I started this. Rules of mold making. Use the restroom before you start, okay? Using for the mold. This is Ultracal 30. Like I said, it's as far as mold making still goes, and as far as I understand, it's still pretty much an industry standard. If you're using any plasters. Obviously, a lot of people use fiberglass too, so we've done a lot of that on my stream. This is the first time I've ever done an Ultracal mold on my stream, because I generally don't like Ultracal. I can use it, but I don't like it. It's heavy. And look at this. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's cured almost down here, right? It's not fully cured. It's curing. No. Just was like, I want to dry this brush off in this, but here. You can kind of take water if you want and like re-liquefy it to some extent. Not always suggested. You can fuck with the integrity of it if you add too much water, because then different areas are setting up at different pacing at different times, and that can obviously mess with the strength of your Ultracal. But if you go really light with it, you should be okay. I know that I've done it quite a bit, and I've never had some issues, but I've seen people go overkill. And if they add too much water back into it, it just starts sloughing off the face, and they run into a whole litany of other problems. It'll take you to make a mask from start to finish. Well, this isn't a mask, it's an appliance. I haven't actually done a mask in many, many years. The sculpture phase is always the longest, and it always... for me personally, it's because I'm very picky and I'm a perfectionist, so it can take a very long time. Depends on how much I'm working on it. Let me put it this way. If I was paid a ton of money to work against my inclination to take a long time, I'd say someone paid me $10,000 to sculpt a custom mask. Oh, yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, guys. You can see we're actually breaking through down here. That's okay. It's not the area that's the most important. Pay me $10,000 and I would probably be able to sculpt like a latex or silicone mask in... Probably sculpt the thing in a week if I was doing it nonstop. So my big mistake here, guys, I don't know if you can see it really. A little bit of the clay is showing through, so I got really thin right here. Okay, that's no bueno. But I almost never do that too, by the way. I always take forever on my own stuff. But when I'm paid by someone and they're willing to pay good money to have a deadline met, yeah, I can do it quickly. I just usually don't because I don't have to meet those deadlines. Really? What if I do this? I have an idea. Litany is a good word. Litany is a good word. Okay? I agree. All right, I added too much water. I was just trying to make a little bit more plaster here. Sorry, let me grab some more here. Hold on. Am I selling this? No, it's for a friend of mine who's a big Art the Clown fan, and they never had a life cast done, so we did that. So, no, can't really sell appliances. I mean, you kind of can. There's some companies out there that do it for Halloween, like Wuchi, and there's another company that's actually way cooler called, I think it's called RBFX. You can find them on Instagram. They sell appliances, but it's really tricky to sell full face appliances. That are sculpted on certain people, right? Because obviously, if they're sculpted to fit a certain person, they will not fit other people, generally speaking, right? So, just because we ended up having some thinner areas, that's why I decided to mix up just a little bit more. So, no, I probably, yeah, there'd be really no point. This would only fit a handful of people out there, and unfortunately, there'd be no way of knowing if it would fit you. That's the really crappy part. Like, even if I wanted to sell it, I could give you measurements of the face all day long, but until you have it in your possession, you wouldn't know if it's going to fit you. A mask or like a silicone mask. There's some companies actually out there that I think have already done like an Art the Clown silicone mask, like CFX or Immortal Masks. I think they have an Art the Clown silicone mask. They're not cheap. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? So. Guys, thank you for the follows, by the way. Also, if you like what I'm doing, please hit that like button. Just pound, like smash that heart, okay? Just smash that heart as many times as you can, or the screen, okay? It confuses the algorithm, and it makes TikTok think that people want to watch art versus people pretending to be AI avatars, okay? There we go. All right, I'm done with this bucket. Let's do a clean. There we go. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. TikTok's like, oh no, people don't want to watch our weird human beings pretending to be robots. What's this guy doing? Art? What the fuck? Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Sent you so many likes. Thank you so much. If it gets confuse the algorithm, okay? I'm serious. Smash that like button, and TikTok will start sending people here instead of those weird AI people. Which I'm having a hard time believing that real AI is actually more interesting than the people pretending to be AI. Having said that, if you guys do that for your stream and you're really into it, just know I really like you and respect you as a human being. Good sniffing powder. Do not sniff this. I want your lungs to become concrete. Actually, I don't know if that would actually... it might. It might happen. Don't do it. Dude, thank you. A little heart, a little animated heart. That's pretty cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And we're just doing a quick clean down. But you should consider better working choices. Me? Whatever. I love my work. I love it. Oh, to the people who do the AI. Hey, you know what? If they're getting money from doing it, rock the hell on. It's the weird part to me is, like I said, I don't get it because, like, every time I've seen one, I look at the chat and it looks like people just shitting on them the whole time. So I'm like, wait a minute, who's this benefiting? Is it just for gags? You know, like I was really confused. I mean, really, if people appreciated it for some, like someone's ability, like, you know, the robot dance, the classic robot dance, you know, the style of dancing where you pretend to be a robot and you act like an automaton or something, an automaton or whatever. It's like, if that's what we're doing, awesome. But then you would think the chat would always be filled with people being like, oh my God, you're so good at being a robot. You're so good at being an AI. Does that happen? I haven't seen it happen. Maybe it happens. I don't know. Or like mimes, okay? Is this the modern day mime? You know, that's you. Okay, well, there you go. Hey, by the way, thank you for the follows, guys. If I missed it, I'll try and catch up in a little bit when we're a little bit further along with this. Just trying to generalize the shape, make it a little bit more symmetrical right now. And smooth things out to ready to receive the plaster bandage. As I think it's some people's kink, if you want to be honest. Some people's kink, maybe. Hey, we're not here kink shaming, okay? Bow, bow. Hey, if you guys like what I'm doing, special effects, makeup, sculpting, mold making, whole 9 yards. If you like it, okay? A, follow if you haven't. B, jump over to my YouTube channel. You can see all the past streams on my YouTube, and you can see how things got where they are, and I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel, okay? And then if you want to kick it up a notch even more, go join the Discord, because here's the deal. I am always in curse chat on Discord during all my streams. You guys hang out, share your work, show some love to other people's work, and you make it up a couple of levels. You'll actually get permissions to be able to join me in chat. I don't care if it's you want to ask me questions, you want to give me a hard time, whatever the case may be, you can do live. Okay? You just gotta go join the Discord. Do it. Do it. Her bag looks interesting. Yeah, for sure. Same name. Wait, for Discord or YouTube? If you guys go to my profile, you can find all of my links. Okay? Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Okay? You find all of it right there. My Etsy page. Okay? Find all the ways to be in contact with me. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, I think there were like some places I couldn't get creatively cursed, sadly. Look at this. Nice. It's looking so smooth. Okay, we're going to give it a second. We're going to take a chill. Let's chill out. See if there's anyone we want to say thank you to across the board. Let's go back. All right, let's see here. We got Art the Clown says, "Thank you. What are you using the mold? Yeah, blah, blah. Looks like difficult to work with." Hey, yeah, it's not that difficult. We'll be making copies for purchase. No, I will not. It is kind of for a one-off. It really won't fit anyone else. How long does it take me to answer that one? Litany is a good word. It is the best word. Skull. Thank you for the follow. Even though it's just an emote of a skull. Is this one going to be yours? Are you selling? Not selling it. Nope. Yeah, it's my kind of channel. Awesome. I'm happy. One unique, Nicole, for the follow. Thank you, and I'm happy you're chatting. It is an appliance. Yes, it'll end up being an appliance for Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise. You guys can see it right here. This guy, this dude. That's what we sculpted him on. It's not going to look exactly like, because obviously I'm sculpting on someone that is not the actor. Nikki Weekland, Biker Randall, Megastorm 57, Swampy the Clown, user with lots of numbers, and Spider, thank you so much for the follow. And Charlene Hoffman, thank you for the follow. Bet it's a handsome Squidward. How did you know? Seeing so many likes. Thank you. Oh my God, please smash that like. Yes. I think we're catching up now. We're catching up. Look at that. Bam. I just busted through all them. People, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have a job. They don't listen to him. Doesn't have a job, so don't listen to him. Me? I have a job? What the hell are you talking about? I'm just jealous of my job. Pookie Poo Poo, thank you for the follow. I'll be back. Looks interesting. I'll be back. Gotta make a call. I'll go sub. Thank you so much. I'd really like to see you decorate a cake. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Although, I will say this. One time, back in college, I literally made a whole... Oh, I will remember your comment. Sorry about that. Yeah, hold on a second. I made a whole makeup effect out of nothing but frosting. I made my own custom frosting so that I could do this effect. I turned my girlfriend into a fucking tree. Okay? It's like Captain Planet. Anyways. And yeah, so that was interesting. Oh, what are we doing here? Creative Monsters. Oh, you're posting in the Discord. I love it. I love it. Hold on one second here. Can't find. Also, this is a poster. Pretty not. Wait. This is poster putty, not clay. That's hardcore. I've never seen someone sculpt out of poster putty. Could you... Here, this is the second one. Could you ask the question again? I don't remember exactly what the question was. The question about your ear. I see the ear. It's a poster putty. First of all, rock on. Brave person sculpting in poster putty. Yeah, farming those levels. There you go. Also, this poster putty. Everyone is sculptor in the UK. Guys, go show Creature Monsters some love. They just posted in the Discord. It's a really cool Krampus. I dig it. I'm gonna hang on your wall. Sculpted. I have a Krampus I'm releasing soon. I don't have any of them in here, but you guys, if you know where to look, you can find pictures. In my past streams, you can see from earlier this year, we made a Krampus. UltraCal 30, which is what the mold is not. It's not flexible. It's very, very rigid once it's cured. We'll give this a little bit longer. Could you look at the DC? Tell me, is there something that you would say is a big throw off? Is there anything that I could do? Okay. Gotcha. That was a comment. Gotcha. I kind of feel so random. Again, I would have to see the picture. This is based upon like a 20 or 15 minute sculpt, right? I have to see the picture of the ear you're working on. So it's very flat. I say this with love, but again, you're challenging yourself, and I appreciate it. It's very flat. Your proportions are off. I mean, it's very intro, but it's just a beginning, right? I gotta say, I need to see proof that you have reference pictures, okay? Because here's the thing. Anyone who's ever taught anyone anything about sculpting has always given them a hard time about not having reference pictures in front of them. It's very, 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 very important that you have reference pictures in front of you. And generally speaking, I would say print them out, even if it's on a crappy printer. But you have to have something, because anyone can generally see a picture, right? And know, oh, that's the picture. Right. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is, generally with an ear, you want to hollow out a lot more. Ears are deeper than they look. Do not consider an ear flat. That's my word of advice. That's my advice for now, okay? I want you to really think about how three-dimensional an ear really is. They are not flat. The area right inside here is don't worry about this inner earception, this curve inside the ear. There's a word for it. Okay, there's the outside shape of the ear. First, get this all hollowed out and kind of like start there. Think of it more as a bowl, at least from what I'm seeing. If you had given me a different picture, I would have suggested something else. But from that, you're very flat. Another thing, find something to sculpt on. The more you manhandle things, like if I were sculpting an ear right now, I'd find a board, a paper plate, a piece of plastic, a table, a DVD case, or something like that, and I'd be sculpting on that. I would not just be holding the ear, especially if you're using something that's not going to hold its form very well. You are going to constantly be battling yourself as you mess up the thing by moving it around. Queen of Rock and Roll. That is a presumptuous name, but also thank you for the follow. I hope your Sunday is going swell. All right, let's move into this, guys. It is, you know what time it is. It's time for the burlap. Keep posting more pictures. Can't find. I wanna keep seeing you do it. Get it on something. Work off of something. Work off of something flat. Okay. What kind of cup do I want to use? I'm gonna use this last bucket right here. I'm working on a plate for now. Okay. Next picture I want to see. I want to see it on a plate. All right. But a plate's a good idea. Like a paper plate, like a ceramic plate, like a dinner plate. What kind of plate are we talking about? Plate. I'm going to say plate a few more times. Keep up. Plate. Anyways. We don't probably need a ton, but... So this stuff's we're going to go back to thin. Because we don't need the material that we're putting into the burlap to be really, we want it to absorb into the burlap, right? And while I did pre-soak this burlap, I will again mention that I often forget to do that. So you should always pre-soak your burlap. My stuff's pre-soaking inside of a bucket of water right now. Dinner plate. Okay, rock on. Plate of the earth, tectonic plates. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Breastplates. I can't think of other plates. Got breastplate, tectonic plate, you know. Dinner plate. Yep, that's it. That's all I got. All right, here we go. Let's start mixing this up again. Hopefully we didn't wait too long. If you guys don't have chip brushes, get chip brushes. They are so awesome. The larger the quantity you buy of chip brushes, the cheaper they are. I always forget what kind of hair it is. It's like, I think it's like pig hair or something. I don't remember, okay? They're crappy, cheap brushes. They're really great. They fall apart and you get little hairs and stuff stuck inside your stuff, but they're very cheap. I like cheap when it comes to stuff that you're just going to destroy, you know? What do we got? We got Raph. Can't really see that. And then Andy. Thank you guys so much for the follow. You guys are rocking it. Also, if you like special effects, mold making, sculpting, makeup effects, painting, model painting, all that, hit that like button. Just keep fucking smashing that screen, okay? We're up to 7.1 thousand likes. I believe in you guys. I know you can get higher than that, okay? Okay, we're just going to put a real quick layer on this, just in case it's starting to do its cure thing. We don't want it to do that too much, so. You probably wouldn't have to do this, but I'm doing it, okay? There you go. There you go, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, the more you like my video, the more likes you're taking away from people pretending to be robots. And maybe real robots too, who knows? Would we know? Would we even know? If you guys want to see what this project is and how we got here, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and watch the past streams where we sculpted the thing I'm currently molding. Guys, thank you. I love seeing those hearts jump up and down. That's awesome. Every heart you give me, you're taking away from the robots. Okay? Oh, although I guess I could be a robot, right? I could be. You don't know. Okay, there we go. Now, burlap time, guys. So, we'll put this right here. We'll put this right here. Burlap. Bam. I'm just going to start taking some pieces of this burlap. Like I said, this stuff is pre-saturated. Bam, see? Okay, just going to start taking these pieces apart, putting them in here. Stuff falls apart, but you do want to pre-soak it. As I've said a few times, guys, I have forgotten to do that. Don't forget to do that. And then it's just going to be like paper mache, right? That's the idea anyways. You just never know. That's so true. This is probably going to be the messiest point right here, actually. And then these were, oh man, I spent so much time trying to make these like very intricately perfect squares, and they're just falling apart. Cement. Close. Ultracal. It's like cement. Finer. It's very fine. Yeah, this is definitely where the biggest mess is going to come in, guys. So hang tight with me here. The music gave up, didn't it? It was like, no, we're not going to play anymore. No, it's going to keep going. So like, I'm going to wait for you to get your hands covered in something that you can't touch the mouse or your keyboard. Oh, there it is. I FW the music, but is it like themed? So the music is this band, this musician, this group on YouTube that I found that allows, they make stream safe music, so like copyright free music, called White Bat Audio. They do mainly like synthwave stuff, but they do some heavier synthwave stuff, and that's what you guys are listening to right now. I really like them a lot. I feel like I might have gone a little thin with this mix. Jamaican, we are molding a sculpture of Art the Clown that I sculpted on a life cast of a buddy of mine. Art the Clown is the creepy clown guy from the Terrifier movies, if you guys have seen those. You're into that kind of stuff. Very, very gruesome. My GFLUH, his ass. Wait, what? Whose ass? What? Hands down favorite movie, Terrifier. Really? Well, it's a good movie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie. It's okay. I love the effects. The movie altogether, it's all right. But my buddy is a pretty large fan, so they never had a live cast done, so I thought it'd be fun to to hook them up, right? No, not your cup of tea. I can't blame you. They're super violent movies. Like, freaking violent films. Like, extremely violent. I like watching movies with gore for the effect aspect. I love watching people come up with new ways to do effects, and they didn't do a ton of digital stuff. They did some simple digital overlay, but that's about it, and I really respect that. So I should have made bigger pieces, guys. I'm really ashamed. I was like, oh, I don't need big pieces. Yeah, no, I definitely did. I needed bigger pieces. Instead, I went with tiny little pieces. You know, what I was thinking. It's like, yeah, I actually, so that scene reminded me of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen another really great horror movie that I actually enjoyed way more than the Terrifier movies, but that scene really reminded me of, you guys ever seen the movie Bone Tomahawk? Something very similar happens to a dude, but with an axe. Let's just put it that way. Or should I say a tomahawk? And it's pretty brutal. Dude, I might not have grabbed enough Ultra Cal. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start absorbing some of the stuff off the sides here. Waste not, want not, right? All right, make your pieces bigger. That's my suggestion from this lovely project. Make your Ultra Cal piece or your burlap pieces much larger, okay? No reason to make them so small unless you want to just complicate things. So wait, what? Removed? Some comments are alive. Oh, well, thank you. Keep TikTok for protecting me against meanie comments. God, I hate this. I was talking to another effects artist the other day about this burlap. I don't like this burlap. I like tighter knit burlap, okay? This burlap is very loose knit, and I am not a fan. It just falls apart on you. Wait, what movie? Wait, oh God, what movie are we talking about? Looks hard to work with. It's not too bad. It just is. I like it being more, yeah, very, like, much, yeah, see, tight knit, okay? I don't like crappy loose knit burlap. It's probably stronger, honestly, because it allows the material to get woven, or the Ultra Cal to get in there a little bit better. And it's got bigger strands, so it is probably stronger. I'll grant it that, but it doesn't mean it's not annoying. Yeah, generally speaking, the clay comes out pretty easily, I think. I sent the third one. It looks worse than the second. That's okay. That's all right. You just, that's the thing. You just got to keep working at it. And you got to really look at those pictures. Don't, just keep, almost like, just keep looking at the picture. Don't really look at the sculpt. It's kind of hard to say, but like, Just keep working at it. You don't have to send every picture too. Like, wait until you've done it a couple of times. Really analyze, before you start next time, before you start your next one, really analyze the picture before you start. Spend some time looking at it. Try and break it up into simple shapes: circles, squares, triangles, trapezoids. Look at the scale. That's another big thing too. Really matching the scale of different areas. Trust the process. Make digital art, and sometimes it looks like ass. That's very true. Do trust the process, and just have faith. But before you hit that start, to get the reps in, that's all about. My whole method is all about getting the reps in, right? But you still have to analyze it. You still have to think about what it is you're trying to achieve. Said that this will actually come out pretty strong. Did you freehand this, mold it? I freehanded the sculpt. I freehand everything, honestly. Oh my god, I just spilled a bunch of Ultra Cal between my legs. It's very cold. It's very cold. This is why you should stand when making molds. All right, this is getting out of hand. We gotta clean up a little bit because it's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. Hold on. I also feel like this looser knit shit does not hold the Ultra Cal as much. So it's easier for it to kind of get out and make a giant fucking mess. Yeah, on the studio, don't mind the mess as much. Here, very much mind the mess, okay? Also invest in tons and tons of cheap. I'm farming those levels. Good, do that. Go ahead, do it up, farm them. Did a life cast of your face. Awesome, nice, yeah. That's what this is a life cast of someone's face that we sculpted the Art the Clown from Terrifier on. I'm just trying to clean up as much as I can. Looks delicious. It's really not delicious. It's messy, it's gross, it's nasty, okay? And even under this, I know, yeah, exactly. All this stuff has leached underneath it. I'm covered in plaster powder. And I really tried to keep things clean, guys. You saw, okay? There was a direct effort from me to do so. Give me a second. All right. Sorry, I had to dust myself off. It was getting a little out of hand. Okay. So, put my gloves back on, chill out, take a breather. Here we go. There's no such thing as clean mold making, okay? All right, let's just pat this down one more time. We'll mix up some more. Maybe I just made it too watery. I don't know. Depends on who you ask, I'm sure. Guys, thank you so much. Like I said, if you want to see more cool art stuff and less of people pretending to be robots, smash that heart. Just smash the screen. Share all the likes, okay? Man, I'm really dogging on those guys. I really am. I'm sorry. Never mind. Go watch one of the AI art video guys. Go show them some love. Not AI art, sorry, AI like avatars, whatever they are. I don't know. I don't understand it. Thank you. Again, let's do a quick cleanup before we mix up some more of this stuff, because we have to do the final thing. They're trying to be NPC. Is that what it is? What was it, dry time? Depends. If you use hot water, it's a little bit faster. What, 20, 30 minutes? Like working time, maybe a little bit less. Is that what it is? They're trying to be NPCs? Did anyone tell them they didn't have to try? Oh, I'm sorry. Damn. Just being harsh again. Guys, I'm gonna have to go run grab some more paper towel here in a second, okay? Oh wait, no, I have some right here. I mean, get the bag, bro. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah. Move over. Trying to clean here. Okay. Dude, plaster is the nastiest shit to have around your workspace. It is so freaking dirty. Okay. We kind of cleaned. I don't know if More, wait, what? It was zesty? Awesome. So I will just go to sleep and try more tomorrow. Dude, get some rest. Get a clean look on stuff. Get some rest. It's a good idea. I actually just did that today on another product. I didn't go to sleep, but I was like, you know what? I'm done with this until tomorrow. I am not kissing it. No way. I don't like, no, I've gotten plaster in my mouth before. I'm not interested. Crazy. Can you use a heat gun? You don't really want to do that. You want to let it cure evenly. Okay. If you use heat, all you're going to do is cure up maybe the outside, but the inside you don't want it to dry unevenly. You don't want it to cure unevenly. Thank you for all the advice. See you next time. Yeah. Don't be a stranger. I look forward to seeing some pics, definitely with a fresh eye, you know? Oh Man, we need some more plaster, guys. Look at that. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some plaster. Okay, this shit is probably way too much plaster, but oh well. There's no art stuff. You can order most UltraCal. The problem is you almost pay just as much in shipping as you do in the material because it's so heavy. Okay. Do I have another button? Do you have... Yeah, shipping is very pricey when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, right over the clay. Yes, we did. We mold released certain areas, so it wasn't UltraCal touching UltraCal. This with some Vaseline, basically, right? Guys, it's really hard for me to do this from where I'm sitting. Thank you for the follow, too. Here we go, a little bit thicker. I just wanted to reinforce the bottom edge where we're going to be prying, okay? You don't want that to be, probably the thickest area you want is, the reinforced area is the bottom, right? So we're just going to put a couple more pieces of burlap down there. Make a furry at some point. Yeah, people have asked me to do stuff like that. I'm opposed to it, but I hate working with hair, first of all. So not a fan of hair. And it's very expensive. So most people don't want to end up paying. I miss it so much. Nice. What effect shop did you work at? Dig the mold out. Unfortunately, guys, I'll probably do that off stream. Right now, my only stream times I've been able to do are on the weekends. That'll change after towards the end of this month, but it's probably going to happen off stream. And then either this week or the following week, we're actually going to do the stream application. I'm going to make a special day to do the application of the appliance. So be sure to follow. And if you haven't, go check out YouTube, Twitch, and all those Kick and all those other streaming platforms, because that's where I'm going to be doing it. And if you haven't, go join the Discord too, because the Discord is where you're going to see like the best updates about when I go live. To be honest, I think TikTok might be up to some funky ass stuff with me. I think they're not happy about some of the videos I've posted, so I think I might be like maybe, I can't say for sure, being like shadow banned or something. You got a server? Yeah, Discord. Check out my links. I got a Discord, bruv. I don't want to say for sure about that because I can't really tell, but like yesterday, I don't know if I haven't seen it today, but yesterday people when like some of my mods basically were trying to see if I was live on TikTok, and they went to my profile and they couldn't see that I was live. So I don't know if TikTok is like mad at me or what's going on. Wait, what? Why is it so surprising? Yeah, I mean, it's a small community right now, you know, but that's why I'm trying to get people to go join it and post their work. And, you know, you guys can see some of the stuff that I don't really stream. Some, you know, I don't post it. Lately, I've been able to post a lot of stuff that I've been working on just on social media. So I haven't had a need for Discord, but you know, I'm getting to some risque stuff that oftentimes people don't, social media companies don't really like on their platform. So I will use my Discord to share with you guys that stuff. It's Ultra Cal 30. It's like I said, I have been saying, it's kind of like an industry standard. It's like a plaster, right? And burlap, okay? I already did the splash coats earlier if you guys missed that. Now we're just adding kind of like the finishing touches. It's going to look a lot prettier in a few minutes. So risque in a lot of different ways. Trust me. Join the Discord. You guys will see what I do for my quote-unquote day job, and you'll understand why. What are we creating? We're molding a sculpture appliance of the character Art from, he's the slasher serial killer clown from the Terrifier movies. You guys have seen those. Yeah, he is brutal. Very brutal. Oh, I did not mean to do two pieces. There's something underneath it. There's a life cast of someone that I sculpted it on. This is the mold of the final sculpt. Like I said, if you guys are really interested to see how we got this far, go to YouTube. A, because I need more subscribers, and I believe that you guys could be the ones that help me. And B, because you can see all the past streams that have led us to this point, so you can see what's underneath it. Well, so this project, because I normally do really expensive material-based projects, I decided this project would be fun to really focus on more inexpensive things. So honestly, I think I'm going to do gelatin. I think it's like the cheapest thing you can use, and if done properly, you can get a pretty convincing effect using gelatin. Officially be done with it. I mean, we're probably, like I said, it's either going to be this week or next week that we're going to do the live stream of me applying it to my buddy's face. And I already have the teeth done. It's just going to be, I would say more comfortably it would be this week, but I may get a bug up my butt to do an encapsulated silicone piece. And if that's the case, it might be next week. We'll see. Guys, thank you for the follows. Like I said, what I really need to do is get you guys to smash that heart, okay? It pushes me up in the algorithm. Mess with the TikTok algorithm. Send everyone to this weird enigma mold that I'm working on, and everyone's going to be on their For You page being like, what the hell is this? Thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's a random thick part. God, I hate this. I'm going to have another talk with my buddy because I do not believe that this burlap is desirable in any way, shape, or form. Art the Mummy. It is Art the Mummy. Exactly. Guys, thank you so much for sharing the live too. That helps. I always forget to mention that. Okay, we're going to do a quick cleanup. Normally, I wouldn't even be cleaning up this much, guys. I want to make that very clear. We were out in the studio where I can make more of a mess. We would not be spending as much time intermittently cleaning, but we're not, so I'm going to. Not like I have a bunch of really, really expensive cameras and computer equipment standing around me, so... Guys, thank you so much for the gifts, too. That's awesome. It's with your support that this all is all possible. Digital sculpting? I've done digital sculpting. I'm not half bad at it. It's the thing you do after digital sculpting that I'm tedious about. Like, only recently have I started to see 3D printers that I'm actually kind of okay with, but I'm still seeing flaws with. If I can sculpt the damn thing in real life, why would I use a 3D printer that's going to be able to print it at not really the quality I could get it to sculpting, and then I'm just going to have to mold it and refix it up anyways. But I have seen some pretty impressive things. I'd say the only problem I really have is the breakdown of all the polygons and having too many polygons, or like structural integrity when it comes to 3D printing. But I've done some really cool 3D, like 3D, I guess you would say like virtual sculpting projects that I've been really happy with. And then I was like, well, what the fuck do I do with this, you know? So... for real, done some stuff. Yeah, dude, I've been around, done some things. Check out my Instagram, check out the Discord. You'll see I've been places and I've motherfucking seen things. I'm okay. I don't know if I would say I'm cool, all right? I got my moments, for sure. All right, we're going to mix up one more batch, and we're pretty much just going to use what's left, okay? I want to do a finishing, like a finished layer on this. As you can see, this looks very messy. We want to do something that kind of does, like it finishes it off, makes it look nice. So that's what we're going to do. There's another thing that you could do. I'm not going to, just for time, is a lot of people, what they'll do is they will actually sculpt with plaster this whole area up so it's flat, so that you can like set it. Like you can take this mold, pop it off and rest it, and it'll be flat, so it'll sit flat on a table. Okay, you could do that. I'm not going to do that. I may regret not doing that, but if you guys are watching this for any kind of instructional thing, just add more plaster and make it like flat up here, just like it domes to a flat surface, and then you can turn it upside down and it will rest flat on a table or a work surface, right? Okay. Where are we going? What is that? 2.5 hours in? That's not too bad. We didn't get started with the mold right away, right? It took some time, so. But yeah, definitely, guys, check out the YouTube channel. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be great if I got to 1,000 subscribers before like the end of the year, okay? So please, 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 even if you don't spend any time on YouTube, go hit that subscribe button, okay? I am drinking a beer. Well, actually, I'm drinking two things. I'm either drinking a beer or I'm drinking Liquid Death. Okay? I'm switching back and forth. And yet somehow the beer sounds more innocent than the water. So here we go. The last mix right here. It's my Sunday, yo. Okay. By the way, guys, super big thanks. 14.6 thousand likes. I really appreciate it. That really helps a ton. If you find other creators that you really like, I can't stress this enough. Just randomly keep hitting that like button while you're watching. It really does make a noticeable impact on the viewership. So both for me and anyone else that you really appreciate the stuff they do, the bare minimum is just hitting those likes. It really does help a ton. So thank you. And the more you guys like my shit, the more other people will start to realize that they can do stuff like this. And you'll start creating, you know, you'll start
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
showing off their stuff. Whoa, cool. Who was that? Mason. Thank you for the follow. We're trendsetters around here, guys, okay? There needs to be more artists showing off what they got. There's not enough, okay? Everyone has like the friend that is the artist, right? Yo, Beheader, what's going on? All right, there's so many artists out there. So we just got to show them, but like, hey, yo, just grab your phone and show people what you do, and you'll inspire people. We're using UltraCal 30. It's like a plaster, okay? But in the industry, it's either called Stone or UltraCal, okay? There's an UltraCal 60, I believe. It's green, and it's more used for dental application. I will say I do effects. I've been doing special effects for a whole bunch of variety of things. Currently, not really. I've been in movies. I've done movie stuff, but it's not really my focus. It's kind of adjacent. You guys go do some research. You'll find out what I do for my quote-unquote day job, okay? You probably get a kick out of it, too. What am I using to prevent sticking? Digital art community too saturated, though. Yeah, well, that's because the barrier of entry for digital art is lower than it is for any IRL art. So prevent it to sticking to what? It's going to stick to everything that I didn't mold release, but I mold released everything I had to. That's why there's a lot of illustrators too. Is because the barrier for entry to be an illustrator is less than to your mold. While I'm making the mold, I want it to stick to this. And the only reason it's not sticking to the other stuff is because the majority of the sculpt underneath is clay, so it's not going to stick to oil, right? And then anything that was uncovered plaster, I mold released with essentially Vaseline. Technically, if you guys caught the beginning, it's ME301, which I lost. I had a whole can of it. Oh, there it goes. We use this to mold release. ME301 pattern mold release. It's basically aerosoled Vaseline, okay? Yo, Milo, what you been up to, yo? My phone's going off, guys. I don't know what's happening. And if you guys have watched, you'll know that majority of the time I do fiberglass and silicone molds, okay? It's Yama. Wait, what? But yeah, fiberglass molds, they're messier, they're a little bit difficult, a little bit more of a learning curve to get into, but they're stronger and they're lighter. They will probably last longer. I can't say for sure. UltraCal, is just because it's brittle, can unfortunately can break and chip, where it's a little bit harder for fiberglass molds to do that. Not impossible, but just a little bit harder too. So Bigger problem with fiberglass molds is the chances of warping, right? You don't want them to warp. Where UltraCal probably, from my understanding, won't warp. It's basically stone, right? To do though when I get materials for sure. Stream making clothes? I don't make clothes. Are you asking me to make clothes? I wouldn't make clothes. I wouldn't do that. That'd be very bad. Many things I am. Seamstress, I am not. This is UltraCal mold. Yes, it is. Is this what you use to pour the silicone once it's ready? Yes. So this is the outer mold, right? So the silicone, well, we're not going to, we may or may not use silicone. We're probably going to use gelatin. The gelatin will get poured inside the negative after we clean the clay out. And that will be our appliance, right? Yeah, so that's it. Yeah. This will be the thing we do that with. Yes. Been lurking, sculpting, working, still not finished. Hyper realistic piece though. Oh, trying to start another co-living project. Nice. Must feel like a rock. Yeah, it's going to be very hard. Okay, like it's UltraCal is, again, it is an industry standard, so you can absolutely use it. It's fairly inexpensive. You don't have to learn a lot if you understand just basic plaster. You know. Again, UltraCal molds are kind of like a lot of other things. The barrier of entry to use UltraCal is very low because it's not super hard to work with. It's pretty simple. Oh, if you take good care of it, you can, I mean, infinitely. You just have to take care of your molds. I'm sure I've never, well, that's not true. I've used molds that were made years and years ago that have probably had, you know, damn, I think if you know how to take care of it, I'd say comfortably, you get hundreds of castings out of an individual, UltraCal mold. It really depends, again, on like what it is, right? But, proper care, proper mold release, and, you know, making sure you're not messing it up. Yeah. A little bit different if it's something you're going to be cooking. So for example, like latex foam or foam rubber, which is really the most popular thing to use for appliances, involves a lot of cooking. You have to cook the molds. And so I think heat does probably break it down a little bit faster, but even then you still, I mean, I know people that are using molds that are 20 years old and they've casted dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and hundreds of products out of, right? So. What, the keypad? I don't know what that is. More fun today. Yeah, we're molding it. How's it going, Sarah? I'm not too bad, you know. Sunday, chill, making molds, making monsters. He also had a placifier in the plaster to prolong the durability. Really? I don't add it. Maybe there is some. And The Mummy was an amazing movie. The Mummy was an amazing movie. I'm in Utah. We're in Vegas, baby. City of Sin. And 120-degree weather. Sounds like a good Sunday. It is a good Sunday. I'm just happy that we got it done. I'm really hoping that all the casting and all that. I hope that Walmart carries gelatin, first of all. It's kind of one of my proving points about this project was you can get the stuff that you need to do this at Walmart and blah, 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 blah. And I really hope that Walmart carries gelatin still. Pretty sure they do. Awesome. Cool. Handsome Squidward? How'd you know? Yeah, no. Although, I guess, you know, could kind of be Squidward-ish. See, it's starting to gel up, guys, which is good. Because I'm going to show you the finishing process we use to smooth everything out in a second. But the whole concept is to keep letting it cure, and you keep working on it while it's curing. And you can really have a really nice finish on it. Couple of things I could have done to make it better, though, is made it a little bit thicker on this final coat. So we're not going to get a perfect finish, but we'll get it's going to look a lot better than it does currently. I have an hour till work. Nice. I'm sorry you have to work at all. That sucks, though. Thank you guys for the follows, too. I really appreciate it. Guys, we made it up to 15,000 likes, okay? That's what's up. Thank you. And to think I was going to give up my day job and become an NPC TikToker, okay? It was on my to-do list, all right? Get 15,000 likes on TikTok during my mold making stream, or surrender and become an NPC TikToker, okay? That was going to happen. Biotech Springs. That looks pretty cool. Put it into my molds. When are you gonna cast this? Will I be able to see you cast it? I'll probably do like a little video, guys, but I'm probably not gonna cast it live. It'll just be too tricky, and setting up a whole live just for the casting. It's like casting. It's pretty. It's gonna go very quickly. It's just gonna be easier to do out in the studio. So, but I will make a video of it, guys. I for sure will. Especially if I do something silicone, like the silicone encapsulated piece. I'll do something. You guys see my, if you scroll down enough in my TikTok profile, you'll see another appliance I did. It's one of the first things I started doing when I started streaming was a Frank from Hellraiser, like muscle face appliance that we did was encapsulated silicone. That was a bitch. It's my first, I knew the concept of encapsulated silicone. I'd been a part of other people doing it, but I'd never done it myself. So it definitely took some learning. It was a learning curve. Biotech Springs. I still what What do you mean? Like just springs for like medical machines, basically, right? No? Yes? What? Spa and bath section soon. Wait, what? Wrong stream. Yeah, just a little bit. Spa and bathtub section soon. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, exactly.
On my mark. We're on express elevator to hell.
Shit. Jarvis, thank you for the follow. No worries, dude. It's all good. How's it going, Jarvis? Move to the board. Well, we have to clean the mold, right? We got to get all the clay out of it. But that'll probably take like 45 minutes or something like that, right? And then you probably want to let it dry, fully cure. I mean, if I had everything ready to go, had my colors picked out, I could probably be pouring this on Tuesday. And gelatin is pretty fast because it's heat, right? So you can probably move pretty quickly with gelatin. Silicone, not so much. You gotta, with silicone encapsulation, you have to do quite a bit of stuff. So, but I mean, I'll have a pull of this one way or the other by probably, I'll say end of the week. Whether it's a good pull, we'll see. If things go well, who knows? Maybe we'll be streaming the application by end of the week. I also I mean, for the look, we kind of got to find an Art the Clown costume, right? Or at least like the top part, the head. Well, the good news is that Art the Clown is not particularly like heavily painted, right? It's a basic clown makeup. So, I mean, I could probably just pigment the gelatin white, you know, and then just use grease paint, clown makeup, right? And done and done. But gelatin, you usually can use, I think, makeup powder or flocking to pigment. And then, yeah, generally, I think you can still use alcohol paints on it, or there should be no reason you can't. All right, guys, we're going to try and go, keep going over on TikTok, but I make no promises. The battery is pretty low, so it might die. So I highly suggest if you want to make sure that you catch the whole thing, you might want to jump over to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, creatively _cursed, because if my phone dies, you're gonna be real sad. Do well in Pennsylvania October weather around 60. Depends on who you ask. I, funny enough, have used gelatin in Pennsylvania during October. Yeah, it depends on how you use it. Depends on how much the person's moving. Because obviously, if they're sweating a lot, there might be some issues. But I don't want to say, because I haven't used it in appliance forms very much. If you use raw gelatin, you can use it to make burn effects, and that's generally what I've used it for, and it worked pretty well. Boom! I just moved. Then it's me. Yo, what's up? What's going on? Sorry, everything's kind of out of frame right now, but. We're just doing a quick cleanup before I keep smoothing this out. Where's my alcohol bottle at? There it is. Yeah, you can see my face. I know, right? The secret face cam that's not visible to people on TikTok. I tried to do it, okay? I got access to TikTok Studio and then realized they don't have an art section through their TikTok Studio. And I was like, well, that's dumb. And I'm not going to do it. Maybe that's why they're mad at me. Let's get what's going on. Here we go. Oh, well, thanks for moving over, guys. Would have been sad, right? Didn't get to see the end of all that. Sadly, I don't think my edges are going to be that awesome, guys, but whatever. It's that freaking burlap. It's just nasty. It's nasty burlap. If I ever do Ultra Cal again, guys, we are going to order some really nice quality, some fine burlap, okay? Yeah. Thanks for the warning. Yeah, I usually try and give the warning when that kind of thing is going to happen. Sometimes I'll just straight up just move people over and be like, hey, here's the deal. I'm not even streaming on TikTok right now. So. But thanks for coming over to YouTube, guys. YouTube is where I need the most love for some reason. I'm sure there's some streamers out there that can explain why YouTube is like one of the harder platforms to grow on for streamers. If you're making, edited content, not so difficult. But for streaming, I don't think it's really in the zeitgeist yet that people use YouTube for streaming. So, this bug incest yet? I actually, last week, I did stream on the YouTube studio, or not YouTube, TikTok studio for one of my streams, but then I was like, wait a minute. I'm streaming on, what was I, like a chatting channel because they didn't have an art channel. And I was like, why am I doing this? I'm not chatting. I mean, I kind of am, but that's not the focus. That's not the focus. And I felt guilty. I felt like I was a poser. Should put my gloves back on. Nah, you better than Chen. That's what I'm saying, right? What kind of clay? This is not clay. Hey, Crystal Bird, what's going on? This is Ultra Cal, not clay. It's a plaster. The clay is underneath. Man, it's literally going to be this area that messes with me too. I was so close to creating a masterpiece, but no, the burlap is garbage. Mask mold, is this for silicone type product? It is going to be, no, we're probably gonna use gelatin, I think is kind of where I'm landing. Like I said, I kind of want to show people that they can, pretty inexpensively, at least for some things, use products that don't cost you an arm and a leg. So in this case, I'm gonna try and do that with gelatin. And you guys are gonna either watch me fail or succeed on that. Dried quick. Yeah, dude, it does do that. So a trick you can do to start finishing is like, so remember the burlap, guys, right? Let me put some gloves on. This is going to get messy. You can kind of use the burlap as kind of like a sandpaper, essentially, to kind of smooth it. Matter of fact, if you keep working at it while it's curing, I don't want to say perfectly mirror glass finish, but damn close. You can get an Ultra Cal mold to be super smooth. It's really cool. If you have the patience and the time. Oh, sorry. Let's take a quick breather here, because we're at this is essentially done, right? Anything we're doing beyond this is cosmetic, right? And unfortunately, it's not even cured enough for us to really start making like an effective difference here. Okay, tighten it. What's the word I'm looking for? Burlap will work way better than what this stuff is, okay? You can go to Joann Fabrics. You can go to frickin' Michaels. Well, maybe not Michaels. Wait, does Michaels sell like, Michaels sells like, fabrics and shit, right? No? Yes? No? I don't know. Maybe if I had bigger pieces. I'm battling the bigger piece problem again. Yeah, if I had bigger pieces. And this needs to cure a little bit too. Once it's cured, I can push a little bit harder. See how this stuff's just falling apart? That's the problem. If you had, that's the word I'm looking for. If you had tighter knit, it wouldn't be falling apart like that. Often enough, I see hella sewing stuff. Okay, then yeah, you should be able to pick up like burlap at Michael's too. Cheap gauze, dollar store. Oh yeah, for sure. What is the drying time? It's got to only be like 20 minutes, I think, right? Like, well, oh, full cure's longer than that. Oh no, it's doing the thing. It's flaking off, guys. You see that? So we're gonna make a big old mess. Awesome. I think my PC actually needed a little bit of ultracal dust on it, so GG. Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. That's a good one. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. And or the high bear. Sorry. I like thinking. Like I said, guys, the TikTok, I don't know how long the TikTok's going to go. The phone's going to die eventually, so you guys are going to be left all alone. It's probably going to auto dump you into one of those NPC lives. You'll be like, wait, where'd the mold go? I don't know why I didn't do this first. Yeah, right. Yeah. I was hungry for that plaster, yo. If this was for any other project, for like a serious professional project, I would be spending, this would already have looked like 8,000 times better. It would have been way smoother, way more even. But for, just kind of a one-off, I don't do a ton of these just to show you guys like, and honestly, I'm not going to lie. If you can make your molds look like this, you are probably making prettier molds than 80% of other artists, and this isn't even that good. You can do way better than this. YouTube, it should be the same. I think it's creatively_cursed. If you guys go to my profile page, you can find my link tree, and it has all my shits. Infinite but it's chill. Dude, yeah, don't be a stranger. We'll be back for sure next Friday. What we're doing, I don't know. But we will be back for sure. But otherwise, guys, if you haven't, go join the Discord, because that's where I'm going to post when when I go live. Okay? So if you want to know when I'm going live, what I'm working on, that's where you need to be. And you can, if you guys engage enough, make it up to say level 10 for now. I may change that, but at least for now, level 10 on Discord, and I'll give you guys permissions to jump in live chat with me so you can ask me questions or just give me a hard time. Whatever it is you want to do. Currently, only like my mods and a handful of other people actually have that freedom, but I have a waiting room, and as soon as you make it to the trusted, you can jump in there, and if I see you in there and you want to chat, we'll chat it up. All right, we got to clean again, guys. Sorry, I know it's super boring. Dude, I'm going to have to vacuum the crap out of this room tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. Doing these lives and showing us, yeah, for sure. You suck at nothing. Take that. Thank you. Dr. Douglas? I am. Yeah, guys, like I said, YouTube University, as I like to call it, and many other people do, has a ton of really great videos on mold making, sculpting, and all this type of stuff. So mine's, the one thing about special effects, I will say that is very noticeable as soon as you kind of start to get in it, is that there's literally 10 million ways to skin a cat. I know that sounds terrible, but every artist, every sculptor has a different way of doing things. Some might jive better for you the way that they do it versus what you've seen me do. So while I appreciate the idea that I'm teaching and showing you guys different techniques, the worst thing you can do is to accept only one way of doing things. Just challenge yourself to keep learning new and better ways of doing things, okay? So that's it. I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. Oh, so for those of you who didn't see, these are the teeth we made. Again, did it the cheapy way, okay? These are straight up made out of wax, paraffin wax. You can think of it as pretty much candle wax. I life casted the model's teeth, and then we sculpted out of wax. If you guys missed those streams, it was like from last weekend and shit like that. Dio the drummer, thank you for the raid. That's awesome. What were you streaming? Sucks. I'm about to end the stream too. Amber, thank you. But thank you for so much for rating. I appreciate it. Anyways, straight up wax, right? Cheap. You can get this wax anywhere. Make candles, okay? So we made the teeth out of that. Again, just one-offs. This is not what you want to do professionally, but it does achieve an effect for something like, one. I wonder if anyone has watched every YouTube video from the time they start. Would they get a diploma? Maybe. Oh, damn. You know what, TikTok, I'm going to actually end the stream right now over on your guys' end because my phone is literally about to die. So TikTok, thank you so much. If you want to support me, jump over to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, creatively_cursed. Go join the Discord. Go do it. I'll catch up with you later. TikTok. Sorry, guys. Yeah, close. Thank you. Just like doing everything I can to save some of that battery powder. Yes, I am now also ending over here, but I would like my phone to have a little bit of charge. That's why I had to get off of there. Been talking about you recently, bringing fam over. Do the drummer. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. And again, I appreciate the, even though I have to end my stream right now, guys. So for anyone that Dio brought over, my name is Mike. I'm Creatively Cursed, and I'm a special effects artist. And we just wrapped up the outer mold for our Terrifier sculpt. If you guys are familiar with the franchise, it's a creepy clown dude that murders people. This guy right here, you've probably seen him online. We had a friend that came out. We life casted him. We sculpted on top of that, and now we made a mold of it. So probably the next time you guys see me, we're going to be applying this, okay? Whether it's gelatin or silicone or whatever the case may be, we're going to be doing it live. So you guys get to ask questions. And usually when I do makeups or live casting, stuff like that, that's live, it gets crazy. Tons of people show up. So be there or be square. In the meantime, follow me on all the shits, Instagram, TikTok, fucking all of them. Okay, guys, with your help, we can start a trend where people actually show their skills online versus pretending to be NPCs. And on that note, guys, I leave you. Oh man, is there a pic? Is there a pic on your Insta? Not of this project. You have to check out YouTube for the past streams. Okay? I have all my past streams on YouTube. You want to see how this got where it is? Go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. So, thank you so much, guys. I'll catch up with you later. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace.